country, but it's the kind of job where you just
You
can't
would.
say no.
No
Yeah.
biggie, it's fine. It's a small country, isn't it?
It is
all
a small
good.
country, and it's not that far.
Comparatively, you know.
It's only moving 2 hours down the road.
It's not like moving across, you know, the entirety of China or something. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I do
big is
agree.
China.
How big is China?
Very.
Very, yeah.
Like, how long do you think it would take to walk from like the border, like the wall, or like to the sea or whatever?
One second, let me just calculate that in my
Or
head.
whatever.
That doesn't help.
I suspect several months.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe it would take approximately
Excuse me.
17 months to walk the full length
Of the wall.
of the Great Wall of China, apparently.
Yeah, 17 months. That's not surprising.
China is 3,250 miles from east to west,
Wow.
Wow.
and 3,400 miles north to south. That's almost a square. That's quite nice.
Yeah. What's Great Britain north to south?
Good question.
A lot less.
I suspect it's probably about. I'm gonna make a guess first. I'm gonna go for 550 miles.
Yeah, I reckon about.
Yeah, I was going to go for the 600.
Yeah, I reckon it's about 850. 874.
Oh, that's actually more than I thought. Scotland. I always forget how big Scotland is.
Yeah, you got lands into John O'Groats.
Yeah. Okay, right.
Oh no, but
That's driving?
That's by road.
Yeah. It's gonna be less than that.
The northern tip of Scotland to the southern coast of England is about 600 miles.
600 miles.
1,000 kilometres.
Yeah. So 550 was pretty close, and I think you said 600. Didn't you, as
I
well?
did say 600. So.
Yeah.
So that goes into 3,000.
That's 5 times. China is 5 times height-wise.
Yep, and the UK is very skinny. So imagine, I don't know how many times I try to look at the UK.
The UK is only 300 miles wide.
Yeah, so and that's that, and it's not very wide.
It's widest,
There's not very much of it which is that wide.
No.
So yeah, I don't know what the. In fact, you can probably look at honey.
That's at its widest. It's 300 miles, so it's 10 times of the widest point of the UK to even start to get to the width of China.
So, so the UK is essentially round about 250,000 square kilometers in its landmass. China is just under 10 million square kilometers, so it's 40 times larger.
40 times larger than the UK. Wow.
In terms of its landmass. Does that give you a hint, Cormac, about how big China is? Is Cormac even still here?
Cormac's gone. You know he is. Although he hasn't clicked the AFK button.
Weirdly, that appears to be pretty much the same stats for the United States as well.
Big old place, isn't it?
That's really lazy world design. So apparently the United States is about 9 and a bit square kilometers million, and so is China. It's just like, oh yeah, big country there, big country there. Lazy.
Yeah.
Thentos is designed much better than that, isn't it, Sam?
I'm muted. Yeah, I am muted. That's the answer to my question.
I'm muted. I'm Jake.
Wonderful.
I have a question that some people here might know. It's a kind of dumb question. It's nothing to do with D&D or world land masses. I'm trying to make a slideshow presentation thing on Google Slides. I've come up with a really weird bug where I'm trying to add a PNG in, and I keep getting this error where it says like formatting failed. And I don't know why that is.
Are you doing like Curtle V, or are you just gonna like right click then go down to paste?
I am doing insert.
You insert it as an image.
Yeah.
How high quality of a PNG is it?
Oh, that's a good question. It
Because
is.
if it's above a certain size, it might be just that Google Sheets can't process it.
What size is a big PNG?
Well, I don't know.
Tiny normally.
Yeah, they're normally not huge files, but
Well, these are 2.5 to 3 meg. So.
Oh, that's nothing.
yeah, you should be able to manage that easily.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
Also, Cormac, I feel really old. Do you call it Kurtle?
I was not going to touch on that.
Oh,
but-
I was totally bringing that up.
I say Control V.
Kurtle. Is that what's going on? I couldn't really understand what Cormac was talking about there, to be honest.
yeah, Kurtle
because
V, obviously.
I didn't get Kurtle.
Which, to be fair, is exactly what it says on the key. So I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it says Cutterol.
Actually, I've got a MacBook in front of me and it says Control.
It says Cutterol, not Kurtle.
But also, am I not right in thinking Control and V does nothing on your MacBook? Shouldn't it be Command and V?
Well, actually, my MacBook also says Command.
Ah, okay.
Well, mine doesn't.
I've got one of the newer MacBook Airs, the
Okay, yeah.
M1 MacBook Airs. I'm pretty sure Control and V does something. It probably just doesn't paste. Control and C definitely does something because when you're in terminal, it terminates the program when you're running it in the command line.
C normally does like copy, and then Control V normally paste.
Yes, but on Mac it's Command C, Command V.
Oh,
But Macs for some reason still have a Control key, and I actually genuinely think the only reason it has a Control key is because of Bash, because you need to use Control to cancel, terminate Bash programs. Like I think that might be one of the only reasons it actually has a Control key, which is I don't know something. Okay, fine. No one's got any ideas about why it's not working. It's really annoying because I've basically two images which I can't get to work, and this presentation is almost done. And it's annoying because I'm not spending much time on it because I don't really want this job. Possible.
All I can suggest is trying to stick it into, whatever imaging software you've got, open it up in Paint or something, and save it as a JPEG instead, and see if that works.
It's actually from a graphical design software online thing, making diagrams. So I can just open it up and open up the file, like the kind of
different format.
whatever it is, and resave it.
Yeah,
That
I'd
would be
definitely
my
do that.
suggestion, is try
And
a
that's-
JPEG.
That seems like a big file, I think, 4 meg.
Well, to be fair, it's got about 10 different photographs in it, so that's probably why.
Save it as a WebP. You get transparency, and the file size is tiny.
Okay, so that would be really good if I could do that. I don't think I can do that, unfortunately.
Is it not an option? Yeah, it's a slightly newer format, to be fair.
Yeah. So that might explain what WebPs are, because I've been saving some documents, and I was like, "What the hell's a WebP?" And it freaked me out, thinking, when like Google went for that period where you couldn't save any images off of Google because it was just like, And I thought it was that, but then I realised it wasn't. And okay, so it's just a new image file format.
Yeah, it's really it has all the advantages of PNG, but the file sizes are really good. I converted all my maps to WebPs from PNGs, and it honestly, like, with the final result was like 15 to 20% of the previous file size. It's pretty significant.
That's pretty nice, because I hate JPEGs because they're crappy.
Right. I figured I would do the recap for the last session in the same style as the stream, which means I'm going to go silent for 2 minutes, and every now and again you can interject with what bits I get wrong.
And I can just go, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I ended up, just for my own sad amusement, listening to that entire conversation between Z and Murdry, like just on the background while I was at work last week, just because it was amusing. Every now and again, Jake was just going, yes.
You can clip it, have little sound bites of it.
Oh, I have done, don't worry.
It's alright then.
So you began last session. You headed over to the record to do a little bit of digging into whether there was anybody that may benefit from Nate's death. Anyone that maybe would get a promotion or something like that. But it was revealed Nate was pretty much a freelancer, more or less. He was a member of staff, but he kind of did his own thing. He wasn't kind of leading a team or anything like that. You also spent some time going back over the last 4 years of addition to the record, looking for any other sort of suspicious deaths via poisoning or anything that seemed to maybe jump out related to either Nate or Milson. You didn't really find anything in particular. There were a few poisonings, but nothing looked obviously related and nothing too terribly exciting. You then headed over to the archives of Thentos, where you spent some time speaking to Murdry, the gnome who sort of curates and runs the archives. You checked the deeds for Nate's house and found out that he purchased it 3 years ago. The previous owners had passed away. There was some discussion between Z and Murdry based on Z's last visit to the archives. Z had asked Murdry to look for any information on references to an entity called Corin. And Murdry was able to find some mentions of this Corin. It was revealed that Corin was a celestial, a solar, who was aligned with the new gods in their war against the old gods. However, some of these records and references that Murdry found seem to indicate that Corin fell from the graces of the new gods and potentially betrayed them to align himself with the old gods, and this led to Tyr, the leader of the new gods, slaying Corin. Z specifically also asked for any mentions of the rings that Z has kind of is of the belief maybe related to this entity in some way, but there wasn't. That didn't seem to register anything with Murdry at all. Murdry then inquired about Z's book, which they had previously mentioned on their last visit, and Z eventually allowed Murdry to have a look through. Murdry seemed very interested in the book. Asking about its origins, trying to make sense of it. He had no knowledge of the language himself, so he was unable to sort of read it. But he was very keen to take it into the archives and to look into it further. Maybe have somebody that is more familiar with the language look into it, and eventually offered Z a I suppose a loan fee of 5,000 gold pieces per month if it was left in the possession of the archives, and if it was found to be of value or note, then a further payment would be made to essentially take it into the archives permanently. Z did not take the offer up, but did indicate that they would consider that, maybe come back in the future. You arranged to meet Wenda at the Dripping Candle Tavern. Whilst waiting, you did a little bit of Elwyn helped Z on translating the book a little further. Found some references to something that needed to escape from its current situation and needed some kind of assistance or help to do so. There was also a section which talked about the ability to transfer like the essence or the life force from one creature or one person to another. Before that could go much further, Wenda arrived, and there was some discussion where you essentially shared your suspicions around Milson. You outed his previous contact with yourselves, as well as the reasons you believe that he was likely responsible for Nate's murder. Wenda was quite forthright with acknowledging that this was quite a lofty accusation to make, but she certainly didn't seem to doubt that it was a possibility. And it kind of aligned with a few things she mentioned, that maybe Milson had been linked to similar situations in the past, where maybe he'd just towed the line enough or just not had the right evidence to be found guilty of abusing his power. You then, amongst your party and Wenda, decided that you would make a move tonight to try and confront Milson and arrest him and take him into custody. Wenda said that she would leave and meet you in an hour's time after finding some guards that she could trust from the watch to aid in this. You began talking amongst yourselves and acknowledging again that if this did not go the way you are hoping it will go, that this would potentially force you out of the city and leave you in quite a awkward position in terms of legalities, and general welcomeness in this town, in this city. Before that sort of that conversation could get too far, Elwyn spotted a commotion outside. You all dashed out of the tavern, and in the street outside you found a number of guards who appeared to be confronting Wenda in a rather physical manner. And at that point we rolled for initiative.
Let's fucking go.
Indeed. So we will pick up right there and start of initiative. Eleanor, you are the high roller.
The gambler.
So for a bit of context, but you missed out, as you guys came out of the tavern, you can see Wenda in the street. There are you see a few armed guards around, but there are 2 guards in particular who appeared to already be engaged in some kind of in combat with Wenda.
Are they actually engaged? Like actually punching? There's a bit of a gap on the map at all.
Yeah, as you guys come out, they've got weapons drawn and they're sort of closing her down. She's backing up. You haven't seen any sort of blows sort of exchanged as yet, but it certainly seems like there is heavy tension. Yeah.
Okay. Can I? So I'm gonna go up to this one here. And can I put my rapier to his back? Maybe. What kind of armor is he wearing?
They're all wearing. They've all got like plate armor, like proper sort of chainmail. They've got, yeah.
Can I sort of find like an opening, like maybe the bottom of the shirt or like in the armpit or something, and kind of put the point there, so it's like an open. I can, as he's distracted, and just say, like, I wouldn't do that if I was you.
Yeah, totally.
And all I want to do is kind of intimidate them.
Yeah. Make an intimidation check, I guess. Yeah. Nice. Well, that started well.
Good guy.
I need to go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think more than anything, it's kind of possibly they're probably aware that so far it seems like you are one person against this group of guards. There doesn't seem to be much of a reaction to your sort of making your presence known there.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm not doing anything else for now.
Yeah, no worries. As it happens, that guard is next in initiative. I don't know if you intended that or aware, or if that was just a nice coincidence.
I wasn't aware.
Okay.
I went to the one that's furthest away so other people could reach the others.
Nice, yeah, that's cool. So he senses you. He's aware of your presence as you arrive there, and barely reacts to you, or at least doesn't seem to back down anyway, and instead turns around and takes a swing, just swings a longsword straight round as he sort of comes around at a 180 degree.
At me?
Yeah.
Oh, rude.
Yeah. What's the roll? Did it say?
It's a 23.
Okay. So I can't shield that. No. But I will uncanny dodge it.
Yeah.
We're also in Griffin still. Don't use magic.
Yeah, I know, but I at least wanted to think about it if I could have done.
Yeah. So he just turns around immediately as he becomes aware of you. Swings, barely stops to look, just swings around with his longsword. Doesn't take a stop to look who's there. Just somebody is sort of stepping up and challenging. Hits you with the longsword. Then just sort of holds a longsword straight out towards you. And just sort of almost threatens you. Just tells you, this is nothing to do with you. Get out of here. As that is happening, Wenda's up next in initiative, and as he has his back turned, threatening you, she takes this opportunity and doesn't waste the chance. She dashes forward and she swings her own longsword at him. Which hits him, and then she takes and immediately as you see him sort of stumble forward, she again just makes the most of the opportunity and just takes a second swing at that as well.
Yeah, boy.
which hits again. This guard, this other one in this area, he steps forward here, and as he steps forward, he shouts out at Wenda, and he just calls out, and he shouts. You can just hear it over the sort of rain and this commotion that's going on. He just says, this isn't yours to get involved in. You dared cross the guard. And he takes his own swing with his longsword at Wenda, which does hit, dealing her 5 damage. And he takes a second swing. Hits again for 9. Z, yeah, you see this fight start forming and breaking out ahead of you.
I like immediately go to reach for like my component pouch on my side and just fuck city. Okay, reach to the other side and pull out my small dagger that I've got, and I just charge forward. I go, leave her alone.
Bold.
And I'm gonna charge this guy with a dagger. Because what's the worst that could happen, right? Like,
Indeed. Well, that's not the worst that can happen, I guess.
yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna hit anyway. It's fine. That's it. Can't do anything else.
Yokin.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay. I will go in and attack. What was my colliding with? Colliding with a wall. And then I'll use my... Does that count as magic?
Well, we're not going
It
to
is
find
a
out because
magic
you
weapon.
missed.
And I get my second attack.
You do. It's a miss as well. It's a good start, Yokin. Anything else?
No.
Fair. In that case, Carl.
In he comes.
Yeah, Carl would definitely like to rage,
Yeah.
Nice.
and as part of that, I'm going to. Yeah, I can just about get round Leokin,
Yeah.
and then just come to about that. And I shall attack. In fact, that's the one that. There's no particular reason why I can't attack the one at the bottom of that pile, is there?
No,
The two
no,
of
not at all.
There's no. So I'm going to attack him with the club, I guess. So I click that.
With the club. Ooh.
That hits. I'm going to spend a superiority dice
Mhm.
to attempt to. Don't want to disarming him turned out to be to trip him. And somewhere in all of that, there we go. So I attempt a trip attack. An
Yeah.
extra 8 damage, and he.
Does succeed on his check.
Oh, damn it. Okay, fair enough. And then second attack, I will hit him again.
Yeah. Yeah, hits again.
I won't use another superiority dice. That will end my turn.
Okay.
Meanwhile, yeah, shouting something like "Get away from her," something like that.
No worries. Elwyn, you're up.
I mean, Pepper back as well, just keep an eye behind us.
Yeah.
Far away. Oh. That was my accident. That's my go down.
Ouch, 2 misses. Good start. Yeah, that's cool. Warforged. You've seen the rest of your party sort of bundle into this scene in the street.
Wolfborg goes. I've been waiting to try out this rapier. Wait,
Oh,
actually,
yeah,
is
that's true.
Hexblade's curse a spell?
No.
If I can find where to. Is this the way of you drifting, man? Is it a spell?
Hexblade's curse. No, it's not a spell. Genuinely, it's not.
Is it a magical effect?
Wow.
Worry about that later.
Ah. And then can I slash him with my rapier?
Yeah, totally. Go for it.
Or stab him with my rapier? Okay. Oh, okay. Wait, am
No.
I not proficient with the rapier?
You certainly should be, I
You've
believe.
added your proficiency there.
Yeah, and you took
Plus
that.
4
Roll
plus
Yeah,
for
it's marked as proficient. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got
He's got
flanking.
Yeah, so you got the advantage because you're flanking. So yeah, you just roll rubbish.
Oh yeah, 4 and a 6. Yeah. Nice. Hey, that's it for you, Warforged.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, this one over here in the distance, you took some shots at Outwin. Responds in kind. Just lets this heavy crossbow shot out at you from distance. But that's alright, because that is a horrific miss. Yeah, the crossbow bolt just lets it out, it just flies through the air, just goes straight behind you, just lodges into, sort of bounced off a brick wall behind you. There's another guard down here, just to the south of this bundle in the middle. He comes dashing forwards.
He's going to attack the other guard. Go on.
And he dives straight towards Wenda. Longsword in hand, swings the longsword at her. Which does hit for 4 slashing damage. And then takes a second swing, which is a crit hit for 12.
Ow. Feels like it's going badly.
We've dealt more damage than we've received.
Yeah, unfortunately, Wenda's just received all the damage.
Yeah, she's only wounded. She's fine.
Then, Carl,
Mm.
there's one of these guards behind you, sort of up to the north, just behind in this sort of alleyway or path down the side of the tavern here. He lets loose with a crossbow bolt towards you.
Rude.
No longer magically attracting them, just your personality.
Ouch.
That one is a hit. Of
2 damage.
2 piercing damage, yeah.
That's fine.
Isn't that only 1 damage as well because he's raging?
Does piercing?
Yeah, bludgeoning, slashing, piercing.
Yeah.
Huh? Excellent. Just the one then,
Love
please.
it.
This one here dashes in behind. Yeah, this time you've as that first one hits you, this just alongside it, following that crossbow bolt, there's another one comes dashing in with his longsword.
That's a hit.
That hits you for 4. And he takes a second swing. Which is a hit again.
I think I liked it more when my armor class was 20.
And yeah, there's one more body comes piling into this group in the middle.
Leave us alone.
And yeah, takes a longsword swing at Eleanor. Which is a hit. And takes a second swing.
Oh dear.
And it's a miss. Yes, this has kind of escalated into a bundle in the street pretty quickly. Eleanor, you guys are quite packed in at this point.
Yeah.
Got to point out, there's 3 of them standing in a straight line.
We're all stood within a 20-foot radius circle, so I'm saying.
I think my keyboard might just broken. 1 second.
Hey.
There you go. Unfortunately, I keep having to switch between my desktop and my work laptop, and I think that the cable was like starting to die. Let's see if it comes on. It's not come back yet, so I can't click any buttons.
Excellent.
I can't press any shortcuts, so I can't select anything unless I can select it with the mouse. Can I select? I can't select it with the mouse. Oh, there you go. Cool. So, that guy there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to rapier them. For some reason I got advantage. I don't know why.
Flanking with Wender.
Is that a rule now that we're doing?
Yes.
Cool, great. In which case, I don't know how the flanking rules work.
Flanking technically has always been a thing. It's just that we never had it automated until recently.
Right, okay.
If you are on opposite sides of a friendly, you get advantage on a roll.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's nice. Sneak attack as well in there.
Yep. So 16 damage.
Yeah.
And then I am going to take a bonus action, disengage. I think I do that right. That's one of the
Yep,
things.
absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna. I don't know why. Oh, I can't move because the game's paused.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's all good. Just gonna slide out of the way.
Yes. Cool. This same one you've just attacked there. Looks pretty worse for wear, actually.
Can I move 5 foot longer?
Yeah,
5
yeah,
foot,
Chris.
no, yeah, there. That's what I want to go to.
All good. Yeah, that hit you got in on there was pretty strong, and he looks pretty keen for some kind of revenge. And you see he starts to pull away. Carl, you've got a reaction if you want.
I will take that reaction. Thank you very much.
Go for
Bonk him
it.
on the head.
Yeah, maybe not.
Oh.
Yeah, Wenda sees you pull back and take the swing. She does responds the same way. Swings her longsword at this guy. She hits him. It's not enough to stop him though. He pulls forward in this direction. Z, you've got a reaction as well if you want.
I'm gonna stab him. No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
Oh well.
He follows angrily over towards you, Eleanor. He dashes up behind you. He just sort of he's taking this like heavy hit on your turn. And he's clearly quite angry and a little sort of taken back by it. It was quite a heavy blow, and he just angrily swings his longsword at you. He's got disadvantage as he just sort of swings wildly as he flails forward. But at disadvantage, that's still a hit.
Yeah, I am going to unhand dodge that.
Yeah, he swings forward, manages to get hit on you still, even as he sort of trips forward in the rain a little bit. Hits you for a 5 after the uncanny dodge. Wenda stops for a brief moment, and she turns around to you, Carl, and almost sort of teasingly just asks what took you so long to get involved. And then she swings her longsword at this guard who is stuck in the middle of your party here. Hits him for 10, and then takes a second swing. Hits him for 11.
These guys are set up to be so explodable.
To be honest, no one else is going to witness it other than Wenda. And
This is not a quiet back street, as far as I'm aware, right?
You've got a busy tavern that you were in
Yeah.
previously. Yeah.
Which is here.
This one here seems pretty angry as Wenda swings it. He swings his longsword back at her, which is a miss. And then he takes his second longsword swing at you, Carl. That one hits.
Oh, that does hit. That's not so good. Cool. Yeah, that's not so good.
See?
It's me. Z. I guess I will swing a dagger at this guy because can't do anything else.
You can.
I thought for a second, Joe, I thought, oh, that's a better roll. That's slightly more success. No,
It was a better roll.
it was a better roll. I'm going to notice how useless I am.
Cast a spell. Cast a
No,
spell.
I can't. No, I'm good. I'm staying here. I'm staying in the thick of it.
Bold. Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna die, but it's fine.
The Oaken, you're up.
Okay. I will attack this one.
Mhm.
How's that miss?
8 armor. Chainmail, but
Chain.
I reckon 18 AC.
I would have said so.
That 26 is a miss. That'd be a problem. Yeah, you hit him. You smash down with the greatsword the second time. And you see he sort of lights up for a second with this sort of slight glow of blue as the this magical cold damage hits him along with the strike. Anything else you want to do, Loken?
Lightning in the rain or something.
No.
Yeah, totally. It's all good.
They're gonna, they're gonna blame that on me, right?
Well, make it worth their while then. Okay, I don't know if I move out from. If I'm at the moment, I'm not flanked, am I?
You're not,
By
no.
either of them. Right, I will spin round though, and the guy that stabbed me in the back. Attack him. Oh, that is so rubbish. And then I'm going to swing again. That's still so
damn it.
rubbish. And then, because I hate missing, I'm going to action surge. And I'm going to attack him again. And then do I just get one attack with action surge, or do I get the two?
Yeah, you got the two again. Yeah.
That's another rule I always forget. Oh, good grief!
Yeah, action
Wow.
surge is the second full action. It's haste
Yeah.
that you only get the attack for.
And that's great.
Yeah, that was really good.
Really, really well done.
That was
so I'm just
effective.
flailing around with this club. I'm very tempted to drop the club and just punch him. Okay, I'm not going to move apart from that.
Where's your sword? I thought
back
you
in-
collected your sword.
No, I don't think I collected my sword or my shield.
Elwyn.
No, you didn't, did you? Because we came straight back out of the place. Yeah.
I would got it when we got
Yeah.
Wenda. Because ironically, I'm worried that I might kill someone in Griffinsteel. So
I'm not.
Not the way you're rolling. You don't have to worry about that.
Fireball's coming out in a minute. I've had enough. It's really trying on the sharpshooters. There we go.
Hey.
Told you 18's the number.
We'll get there.
Someone drops.
Nice. Yeah, that second one, that first one sort of missed Elwyn. But as you see him dodge out of the way of the first, you just really quickly react. Take the second one with a bit of precision. And yeah, just managed to get the arrow a really nice weak spot in the armor for a 20 damage.
We'll stay around because I'm sure he's got one still in his shot.
Nice. Yeah, you're right. You ignore penalties, don't you? Warforged.
Yeah, we probably just keep on hitting this.
Yeah.
This is the one I Hexblade Curse, right?
It is, yes. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Nice.
Crit hit,
Get
Warforged.
those crits in there.
17 damage. It's not enough to take him down, but it's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
No. Fair enough.
Don't think. Is there anything else I can do?
Any bonus actions you got? It's up to you.
No. No. It's
No.
Shouldn't he also have his proficiency on that damage?
Has it not added the extra hexblade on there?
Yeah, it's Hexblade's Curse. He gets to add his proficiency to the damage roll.
No, it's not on there, is it? Nice. There's an additional 3, Mr. Cormac.
Make it around 20, you know. Like...
20 damage.
Nice. Yeah, Elwyn did it. You did it. See if you can do it.
Watch me do 20 damage with the dagger. Well, 20 damage with a fireball is doable. That's all I'm saying.
No one said it's not possible. Yeah, Elwyn, that city guard again responds in kind with you. Lets out this heavy crossbow bolt towards you. Massive miss.
We've got like a massive brawl going on in the middle of the street, and there's just Elwood and this one guard just shooting arrows at each other from across the street.
Yeah, he lets go of the bolt, and he sees it just move to the right of you and miss you, and then he dashes between these two buildings.
Oh, what?
Disappears out of your sight. This guard here takes another couple of swings at Wenda. Hitting 1 for 11. And second one misses. And
Just because they're too scared to fight me.
as he does that, he sort of spins around as he does it and just pulls round to the other side behind her.
Where was he when he started that? He was in front of her, wasn't he?
He was here.
Oh, he was there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, so I don't get a sentinel attack.
You don't, unfortunately, no.
Okay.
This one here, let loose against Carl last time with a bolt. This time he turns his aim slightly and just takes a crossbow bolt at you, Leokin. But that's a miss. You are safe. This one here, however, that you swung at, Carl, he watches you take these 4 swings with a club at you, and as you take the last one, he just stops for a second and just sort of almost just smiles at you for a moment, then just swings the longsword down towards you, and rightfully shows you how to hit as he gets a crit hit on you.
Yeah.
You sort of stumble back for a moment, not taking as much damage as he thought you would have done as you're raging, and then he takes a second one at you. Second one misses. And then you see he sort of he just smiles at you, and then he uses his bonus action and he pulls a short sword from his other side. He's now got a long sword in one hand and a short sword in the other.
I'll show him what's wrong with that in a minute.
This guard here moves forward and takes a shot at Z.
Wow. It's just rude, isn't it? I mean, there's just no need.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm too cute.
Apparently so. You're rather distracting. So the first one just sort of misses and immediately swings back with a second. That one's a better one.
Yeah, that one will do it. There goes half my health.
Yeah, that's a crit hit for 16. So yeah, that first one misses you, Z, and just sort of lulls you into a quick moment. Like, you're not used to face-to-face combat particularly, but you've done quite well. You've dodged out of the way, and apparently overestimated your own skill slightly as he catches you off guard and hits you for a big hit for that second one. Eleanor.
Yeah. Stab this guy right back. That's probably a dumb idea because I didn't get any, what's it called?
You've got a choice of whether this is...
Okay.
no worries. keep us all waiting to see what's going to happen.
Sorry, what's up?
That's all good. You've got a choice of whether this is lethal damage.
Oh, it's not.
Non-lethal.
If I can do that, yeah, I'll just the butt of the rapier, the hilt, just to the temple.
Absolutely fine.
Can I just throw my dagger at the unconscious body?
If you want to. You might hit for once.
Doubt it.
Anything else for you, Eleanor?
Yeah, can I chug a potion of healing then?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I'm targeting myself for it. Sorry. Cool. And then I'm just going to, I guess, get some positional spacing here, but then I'm done.
Yeah. Wender, after that last couple of hits she took, seems quite heavily, almost sort of winded for a second. And she stops to catch her breath, and then swings round at the one that's sort of turned around behind her. She again just swings the longsword around towards him. Misses that first one, and she's kind of off balance a little, taken back by the damage and the quick movement, and takes a second swing. That one does hit, however, for 11 damage.
Yeah.
And you see again, she takes that second one, but immediately she sort of stops. You can see one of her hands just sort of goes to her chest, and she seems quite heavily sort of wounded, quite winded, and not at her best right now. This one here, he starts off Warforged. He swings his longsword at you. Hits for 11 damage. And then the second one, he then throws at the Oaken, which is also a hit.
I take a sentinel reaction to that.
Yeah, you can in a second. Yeah, it's resolve.
Wait, no, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to use your reaction though. That's cool.
No, I don't need Hellish Rebuke.
You certainly can, but you do not have to. Yes, you can take your reaction if you want, Carl.
I will target him. So just spinning round from fighting the other guys. I managed to hit him. And I will again throw a superiority dice into that.
Yep.
In an attempt to knock him down, I think. Still.
He fails his save.
So I just spin round and then with the club just take his feet out from under him.
Yeah, that's cool. He's kind of he's kind of making the most of his attack at his attack on Leokin as you spring round and just knock him down to the ground. He's prone, just lying entirely in the middle of this group of you in the middle. Now's Chancey.
Sure. I have advantage, right?
Prone and flanking, yes.
Brilliant.
Roll 4 dice and take the best. That's not a thing.
That. It does hit. I assume it's not enough, but it does hit.
Yeah. Rolled it. Amusingly, that rolled it at disadvantage and you still hit.
What? Well, the other dice.
I think it might be defaulting dagger to ranged attack. Where he's prone.
Maybe, yeah. So I kind of slash down as he drops. I slash down towards him, just kind of nick him, just like in the side with it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna step 5 feet this way. He does get an opportunity attack if he wants to take it.
Yeah, he'll take his chance at it, but
I think
doesn't
it's
seem
disadvantage, right?
Yeah, doesn't seem promising.
Oh, it still hits.
Well, we say that.
Fine. Yeah, I mean, I have an AC of 11 right now. It's still. But
yeah, he
that's
sort
fine.
of just nicks you briefly with the longsword as you step away. Yeah.
Fine. And can I, like, as an object interaction, reach down and pick up the longsword from this body?
Yeah, definitely.
Is it too much to ask to just grab it and just slide it along the ground to Carl?
Make a sleight of hand check for me.
Oh, great. Oh, when it matters, though.
Yeah, he comes through. He's no use at killing stuff, but he's got.
I just slide it on the ground, like past the guards on the floor. And go, for fuck's sake, Carl, pick up a sword.
That's extra 2 damage.
Nothing to be done.
Yeah, you have an additional longsword in your inventory, Carl.
Oh, I'll consider it.
Leokin.
Okay, I'll just have the same guy again.
This poor guy prone on the ground.
Yeah, he's gone. See you later, mate.
Oh, I'll not target him, I don't think. No,
This is attack Warforged. He's next to you.
yeah, good idea, actually. Why did I get advantage?
Because he's
Oh.
prone on the ground. Lethal
He
or
had one
non-lethal?
health.
Unlethal.
You guys.
He had 1 hit point left.
Yeah, he did.
For fuck's sake.
And then I'll go to attack this one.
It might just be like a confirmation bias thing. It feels like that happens quite a lot.
Yeah, it does. Happens far too much.
Yeah, you kill the guy that knock unconscious the guy that is down prone on the floor, Leo, and then step over his body, but just gives the other guys a chance to sort of step back as you swing at him. You're not able to quite get him. Carl.
Right, spinning back round from knocking that guy over. I'll keep an eye on my longsword, but I'm happy with the club, I think, at the moment.
Oh, come on!
Literally,
Pick up the bloody sword, stab
two-
some people.
2 more damage.
Yeah, but we've just seen 1 hit point was all that mattered there.
I suppose that is true.
God.
See? Yeah, it's all good.
After all that
Again.
work,
Again, superiority dice.
Yep.
Trip attack. Yeah, that seems to be the most effective.
Nice, another 2 damage. Yeah, he fails. You get him, you knock him prone.
And then second attack.
he's consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very true. Hang on. D4. I thought my club did a D6. Okay. I will, as a object interaction, I will now drop the club and pick up the sword.
Oh, there we go. Finally good enough for the sword.
You winsy.
I always win.
That's cool. Elwyn, your target is slinked off between some buildings.
Is there any indication anyone coming out of the tavern, or has there been any indication anyone's behind me?
You don't have to make any check or anything for that. You can see there appears to be some faces pressed up at the window in the tavern now. This sort of fight in the street has drawn some attention. But yeah, you don't see anybody else sort of out on the street with you at the moment. No.
Is anyone looking in my direction? In the guards or anyone?
To be really sure, you'd probably have to spend an action to retake it in, but it looks like most of the focus you can see in the tavern at the minute seems to be on this sort of bundle in the middle of the street.
I'm gonna cast Seventh Strike on myself.
Yep.
And then I'm going to move 65 feet.
Nice.
Can't go through a house. 35, I've got 30 more feet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How much more have I got left?
Should have another 10 feet, I think.
Yeah, I can't see the one that's come through there, can I?
No, you can't see him still. He seems to be somewhere in this sort of alleyway between the 2 buildings.
Alright. Oh, oops. No, don't want to do that. I'll shoot this guy in the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, I get advantage, right? Does it automatically do it?
It won't automatically do it, but it'll ask if you want to add the extra damage to it, I believe.
Oh, alright, sorry.
That's cool.
I was gonna, the Zephyr Psych, and I was gonna do it sharpshooter, sorry.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
So that's why
Roll another d20. We'll just take that as the advantage roll. It's fine.
I was hoping to get that, and I was meant to be doing bloody sharpshooter for that reason. I had the extra numbers on it.
Well, that additional one in the second roll is enough to make it hit. To be fair, with sharpshooter that is. So yeah, you also get the additional 10, isn't it, for sharpshooter, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then it was an extra 8 to the Zephyr. I don't know if that counted on it.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
No advantage on this one. This is a normal.
Ooh. Crit
Okay,
miss. Yeah, no sweat. Warforged.
I'm gonna remember to say it. I am Warforged.
Yes, you are.
Wait, are these two over here dead? Or knocked out, whatever? Or is it just these
Yeah,
two?
this one, this one's unconscious, and this one's unconscious.
And I guess kind of like set past.
Yeah.
Actually, what should I do?
Yeah, go over there.
Which one should I fight?
Start beating them up.
There's
Okay.
the prone one that I just knocked down, or the one fighting Wender is probably a good one.
Wait, if I move to behind this one, will the one that's on the ground get an opportunity attack on me?
Yes. He
I
is
thought
prone
they-
though, so it'll be at disadvantage.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
Are you now? Yeah, he sees you. He sees you running past. Takes a swing with his longsword at disadvantage.
Oh, he gets advantage.
No, he gets disadvantage.
Yeah, he's flanking though, right?
Oh, that is true. Yeah, so it just
Straight
becomes
roll.
normal. It's still a miss though.
Yeah, and then don't I get advantage on this person?
Yeah, you should do. Yeah,
I'm flanking.
correct. Yeah, it's a hit.
And like stab his arm.
Nice. Yeah, take a stab at his arm. Anything else you want to do? You can't change your hexblade's cuts. They have to actually be dead, I think, not unconscious to retarget. I think that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Cool. Is that it for you?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. This one here with a crossbow steps back around. Those of you in that sort of bundle in the middle, you see he clearly sort of stops a second, almost looking for his previous target, and then not seeing the target there, he just settles for the for this warforged that's closest to him and lets a heavy crossbow shot out. But that's a miss though. This sort of confusion seems to have got the better of him. He doesn't really seem to know quite what to do, and you just see him step back into this alleyway.
I so thought he was running to get reinforcements.
He's still got his chance. Cool. This guard here, Warforged, you just attacked. He turns to you, swings his longsword at you, which hits you for 6. And then, in this part of the same movement, he just carries on round, ducks under, and then just swings the longsword upwards towards Wenda. Hits her for 9 slashing damage. Again, you see her sort of step back at this point. She looks really quite heavily wounded.
I would like a sentinel reaction to that.
Yes, yeah, go for it.
So again, targeting him. This time with the longsword as I've swapped weapons. Missed. Damn. Okay.
Warforged, yeah, you sort of you take that first blow and you see as Carl swings this longsword at the guard in front of you, and then you just hear this whizzing sounds. Another crossbow bolt comes flying towards you. That one's a hit for 5 piercing damage. This guard that you swung at, Leokin, he sort of sees you step forward and miss him, and he doesn't even really take a second. He just swings straight back at you with his longsword.
Yeah, back 1 second, folks.
Yeah, no worries. That one's a miss. And then he takes one more at you, Leokin. Oh, hang on. Ignore that, Leokin. I am rolling for the wrong person. Well, he's taken one of his actions in this when his next turn actually comes up as the next player. It should be the one that's prone next to Carl. Yeah, he gets up from prone using half his movement. Then Carl, he looks pretty pissed at you. Swings his longsword at you. But as he's sort of getting up, and you just sort of you see it coming, you sort of step back around that. Swings the longsword at you a second time. That one does hit for 2 damage. And then that short sword he's got in his offhand, he then, with a third attack, swings that one at you. And that one hits you for 4.
4. I'll grunt, spit out some blood at him.
Right, this guy on the ground, he's taken his first attack at you, Leokin. He'll now take his second one, because that's how the number he gets. Yeah, that first one misses, and he takes the second one again. You just kind of stand tall, Leokin. He'd sort of, you parry it away with your own weapon. That brings us back around to Eleanor. How's everybody doing on health? Okay-ish, I think.
I've not been hit.
I'm wounded.
I wounded. My name's Cody.
Oh, Z took that crit hit, didn't they?
Yeah, I've looked better.
I'm never too sure on how the display works. On the token at the bottom where you can see everyone's like character images, can you see each other's health bars on there as well?
I can see mine.
I'll say I can
Just
see
see
everyone's, but I don't know if it's just me. Yeah, maybe.
Just literally see me.
I can see everyone's. Except like the actual like the NPCs and stuff, but I can see everyone else's.
Oh, really?
Interesting. What, on
Like-
the bottom left corner of the screen?
Oh no, I thought you meant. Oh, never mind. No, I can't. I can only see
Bottom
mine.
left.
I think
I'm
you
not
can
gonna
see each
see-
other's. I think you can see each other's HP by like hovering over their character.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's a GM only thing where I can see everyone's.
Things aren't looking good for poor Zerviel.
He's fine. Don't be so. Why on earth did I think a club did 1d6?
Because you were just role-playing Carl really hard. I mean, if it helps, I can make sure Wenda doesn't die. But, you know, magic.
She's oh,
She's looking
Okay.
really rough, right?
she's
Yeah,
looking
she
pretty
is.
rough.
Does it go like blooded then near death?
Yeah, I think there might be 2 levels of bloodied.
Is there?
I'm not 100% sure. I have a feeling there might be.
Okay.
You're making me wonder now.
Isn't it just unharmed, wounded, bloodied, dead?
I just have fresh, wounded, bloodied, unconscious.
So that nice dark-coloured bloodied that Wenda has
It does become
on her head
darker,
is,
yeah.
is a concern. If you compare it to the colour of the wounded that pops up above your head, Carl, who's got half their hit points, or
Yeah,
me,
she's-
who has just under half. She's probably got less than a quarter of her hit points left.
Bloody means you've got less than half, yeah. And then the colour is also an indicator.
She got
I have returned.
Excellent.
We're debating on how bad Wenda's situation is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got my healing spell prepared.
I will. As we're fighting, I will sort of lean over towards her and remind her of the training that we did, and wonder if she can still do action surge. Not action surge.
What's it called? Second wind.
Second wind.
Stabby stab.
We'll see how much she
Stabby
remembers.
stab. Take 17 damage, please.
Yeah, nice. It's a good hit.
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This one up here is unconscious.
Well, it's dead now.
It's defeated. Wenda stands tall still. She's not one to give in, and she swings her longsword at this guard that you've been attacking, Warforged. First one misses her. She's kind of swinging, but there's not a lot of weight behind them. She's clearly not at her best, and she just takes the second swing again. And yeah, it's just she's kind of swinging, but there's not a lot of meaning behind them. She's pretty heavily wounded. Z.
Do I need to be healing Wenda, guys? Or do I just keep daggering?
Keep daggering.
I feel like I really don't want to cast any magic, but I will hold on to it in case it gets dire. Dagger time! Awesome. This is high stakes combat for me. This is great. I'm done.
Well done, Cody. You didn't even take the bait. It's your turn.
Not here.
Oh, is that why? I should have known.
Jake, whilst Cody's not here, not because he doesn't want to hear his conversation, but because...
I'm here.
Oh, okay, you are here. I'll shut up.
Did I not click the button that says I'm back?
I think you did.
I think it was more the fact that Jake left you a sitter and you didn't take it up.
Yeah, everyone was just kind of surprised.
Oh. Wait, what?
It doesn't matter.
It's your turn. Hit something.
Nice. Yeah, you hit him for 10. Lethal or non-lethal?
Sorry, my PC is really lagging.
That's what I did.
I was looking like non-lethal.
Yeah, that's cool. I assumed as much, but I'll still try and catch you out. Carl.
Right. First attack. I'll attack as Wenda is looking bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'll attack the guy that's attacking Wenda.
Yeah. Yeah, hit him for 9.
I'll consult have I got any superiority dice left? I think I've got 1. Where are they? Effects. If I've got a superiority dice left, yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah, you got one.
You
left,
should
yeah.
have one there.
I think I've got 1 left. I will. I'm going to attempt a disarming attack on him.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Ooh. That's quite nice.
8 damage is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he fails.
Now, assuming the sword is within reach, I'm going to put my foot on it
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
because I learned from last time. And then I'm going to spin round, and with my second attack, attack this guy. Yeah, that was too much to ask. It's hard spinning round.
Yeah, nice. He's disarmed you with your foot planted strongly on top of his longsword.
And that'll do.
Elwyn.
It's a table.
Yeah.
I know it's already on myself. I'm going to cast Death Strike on myself again.
Yeah, go for it. It does make sense. You found your target.
Now I'm going to not two.
Mm-hmm.
I will use my advantage on the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of like, he doesn't really seem to be ready for you to appear up behind him as you get the better of him. Nice, 19 damage.
Again.
Second one, yeah. The first one just sort of just gives him enough of a warning that you're there, and he's able to dodge out the way.
So I moved to there first, didn't I?
Yeah, you've done 50 feet so far.
50, not 55.
50 should be.
I moved one set.
Oh, you did. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But I still got 10.
Yeah, 10 left. Yeah.
He's got a crossbow, isn't he?
He has.
Yeah, I'm just going to move straight into him, so he has to have a changed weapon.
Nice. Closing down. Warforged.
Is AFK.
Oh, yeah, so he is. Well, we'll give him a few seconds.
In which case, I use this opportunity to ask Jake the question I had to ask.
Yes, go.
Which is, what was your bachelor's in again? Was it chemistry?
Yes. Yeah.
Damn it. I was hoping
Why?
you were a biologist. What do you know about cell biology?
About cell biology, it depends on how in depth you need me to know.
There's a company who's doing some imaging, cell imaging stuff.
Right.
And it's a job that I'm applying for as a computer vision person. But I know nothing about cell biology or cell imaging. But if you don't know much either, it won't help.
I was going to say, it's certainly not my area of expertise, I'm afraid. Yeah.
No worries.
Although
I'm just
imaging
trying-
stuff like that, it's less. I guess you don't need as much specific biology knowledge as you do technology knowledge for the imaging kind of stuff.
But I just don't really know how it works at all. So I was just trying to do a bit of research on it, but it's not really it's not really my area of computer vision either.
Yeah.
Which is not to say that I can't do the job. It's just that a lot of the words I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it safe to assume Warforged is just going to attack this guard in front of them?
I think so.
Splendid. Let's assume that then. There you go, see? Warforged takes the swing, gets the hit, 8 piercing damage. I think they've been doing nothing else with their turn because it's only spells for bonus actions and they seem afraid.
Wonder why.
Yeah, Elwyn, you boldly just closed down this guard that had the crossbow. He seems to panic a little bit. It's kind of taken by surprise by sort of your action. And he just kind of panically lets out a crossbow bolt towards you at close range. But your speed, his sort of panic and surprise, you just sort of dodge to the left really quickly. He goes to move away from you if you want to take an opportunity attack.
Where I've got the bow in my hand, should I do it as an unarmed?
Yeah, it would probably have to be. Yeah. Yeah, him running caught you as much by surprise as you closing him down, apparently. Yeah, the rest of you in that bundle, you see this same guard that's been hopping in and out, just dash out of that sort of alleyway and almost head towards the rest of this bundle in the middle. Right, this guard who Warforged swung at, he is disarmed at the moment. He spends his action, he reaches down and starts tries to sort of just push Carl off of the weapon, trying to sort of outdo him and get some kind of like grabbing it back, doing an opposed strength check with Carl.
Excellent.
And he's not rolled well.
I believe in you, Carl.
Yeah.
Would you like a 6?
No, I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah, he spends that and he just grabs, he spends this 6 seconds just pulling it. But Carl barely even turns around. He's sort of just struck that other guard and just plants his foot deep, hard, almost sort of pushing the sword into the ground if he could. And it just gives him no purchase on it at all. This guard here just lets loose another crossbow bolt at Warforged. Which is a hit for 9 piercing.
Warforged is getting hurt.
And this guard here, who's engaged with Carl, takes the longsword swing. Takes the second one. Carl just does not care.
Sucker.
Uses the offhand with the short sword.
I let him hit me with the short sword. No, I didn't.
Nah, Carl's just 1 foot planted deep on that sword, just dodges side to side as these blows come in, barely breaking a sweat as he does so. Eleanor.
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, no way.
Just having a quick scan of the battlefield. I want to get this flanking is very powerful.
Ranking's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna just check what's happening now. I'm gonna rapier this guy.
Yeah. Nice. Yes, hit.
And after the rapier, after the rapier shot, I'll just say to everybody in general, including him, like, give up, boys.
Interesting.
You haven't got a chance. Which can be a persuasion if you'd like.
You can take a roll at it.
If he's rolling against it, can I interject and change his roll? I don't know if he's rolling against it or not.
I'm not rolling anything at the moment.
Okay, that's fine. If he does, I want to know.
I will let you know. Wenda sort of hears Eleanor as she sort of steps forward and takes that swing and lets this sort of fret out and stops for a second and assesses the situation. Then just swings her longsword at that guy in front of her that's sort of busy trying to pull his sword up from under Carl's boot. And again, she's just sort of swinging wildly. There's no real anger behind it. Takes the first one, misses. Takes the second one, just misses again. And as soon as she sort of musters up the strength for these 2 swings, then stops again, just sort of grabs at her side again. Has definitely seen better times. Z.
Oh boy! Well, here we go. I'm gonna save Wenda with my fighting prowess.
Oh, I thought you were going to do something else.
No, because I don't want to get, lynched. If all else fails, then I'll do that. But I'm flanking. That wasn't advantage. I'm gonna roll another one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, max damage. Look
There
at
we
that.
go.
I bet he's got 1 hit point left as well.
You'll never know.
Well, I come up and I do the same. I kind of do a little knee slide along past Wender, just slash at the back of the thigh with the dagger, and stand up the other side and hold out and go, listen to the lady. You're beaten.
Nice. Can you make a persuasion check?
Or should I make it a 6? No need, it's an 8.
Okay. Leokin.
No.
Hello.
Okay. I will attack this one up here.
Hmm?
No.
Second one today. Why am I bad? Really bad today. I'm
We're in the
really
club.
bad today.
Anything else, Leokin? Can't need to show you how to do it.
Yeah.
I'll certainly try. So, first strike. Oh, no. Second strike.
Yeah.
Can't add anything to that damage, unfortunately. And I'm going to just take a bonus action to get second wind.
Yeah.
Really nice roll. And then I'll I'll look over at Wenda, who's obviously struggling a bit, and I'll just ask her if she's perhaps been behind a desk a little bit too long.
Elwyn.
This one that was shooting at me.
That is, yeah.
Or someone's about to die. Oh.
Yeah. Strong hit, 15 piercing damage as you let loose that second arrow. But he's just standing.
He's
sort of,
definitely on 1 hit point.
he sort of stumbles forwards.
He's gotta be. So
I'll
red.
then move back into the alleyway now. Can't see me.
Warforged?
Oh, perfect timing. Cormac's back.
Hello?
Hello. It's your turn.
Okay.
You better kill him this turn, otherwise he's going to steal it for you.
Wee, Warforged. Lethal or non-lethal Warforged?
Should I kill him or not kill him?
It's
What
second
happened to all
choice,
the
your
others?
decision.
What happened? Are all the others knocked out?
They are.
Okay, I'll knock him out then. I'll kind of just like... I don't know. I'll just knock him out somehow. Like, kind of like maybe go for like a punk and like sort of hit him with the butt of the rapier or something. I don't know.
That makes sense. That's cool. You do piercing damage with the butt of the rapier.
Very spiky. back.
This guard here, he's just taken that arrow in the back, and as he does so, he sort of stumbles forward, and he sees Warforged knock unconscious one of his buddies there on the right, and he just as he's sort of stumbling forward from that arrow shot, you see him just sort of stop, and he just sort of stumbles down to his knees, and just seems to take himself out of the fight. You see him, he just sort of drops down to his knees and drops his crossbow down and just sort of places his hands up above his head, clearly in like an act of surrender.
Smart man.
This one here sees what's going on around. He's taken no damage. He lets a crossbow bolt at Wenda.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
It's just enough to avoid the hit. That +2 AC made all the difference. This one here, he's heavily bloodied. He sort of drops that short sword he had, Carl, down to the ground. Clearly, as he sort of looks around, surrounded, drops it down, then turns and swings the longsword at the Oaken.
Oh no, I don't want to do that.
Hits you for 4.
Explode on him.
Oh.
Blow him up.
I
You
I
get
would
to
like
react.
to take a sentinel. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take a sentinel attack as he turns his back to me.
See you later, mate.
Yeah. Lethal or non-lethal, I guess. Okay.
Lethal.
Lethal.
Whoa.
Yeah. So yeah, he drops his short sword, turns around, swings at the Oaken. Yeah, the Oaken, you sort of take the damage, and then you see his body just sort of slump forward as Carl's longsword just fells him.
Just killed him.
Look, we told you to fucking stop.
You playing online tonight, Cody?
Yeah, you playing online.
Edna, it's your turn.
So this one here is given up, right?
Yes, is conscious, but it's just kind of got down their
Yeah.
knees. Yeah.
And there's one left round the corner. That's the only guy that's left.
Yes.
Is that correct? That I can see at least.
Yes.
Just want to make sure, because I'm quite zoomed in. In which case, who looks the worst for wear of our chaps and chapesses?
Warforged and Wender both look pretty dodgy, I think. Z always looks dodgy.
Oi. You're not wrong, but oi.
Yeah, Warforged always are conscious. He's
Yeah,
a
I
robot.
think
He
there
just...
are different levels of bloodied because Warforged is orange, Z is yellow, and Wender is red.
Yeah, the darker it gets, or the more red it gets,
Yeah.
the more dead they are.
Yes.
I will give Wender a healing potion, like administer it to her as an action.
Yeah, cool. Nice.
And that'll be it.
Wender sort of, you see, she sort of, she thanks you. She sort of passed this potion over, which she sort of drinks from. Then she lifts up her longsword. She points it towards that last guard, the one that just let loose the bolt at her, and she calls out and she says, "You must know when you're outnumbered. You can't be as dumb as you look." And she
Don't test them.
she just stands there with a longsword held out towards him, waiting to see what the reaction is. Z, anything you want to do in your turn?
Yeah, I gesture with the dagger as well. I go, if you heard the lady, don't be an idiot. Bring yourself over here with your weapon down.
Do you want a deputy badge, Z?
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
The Oaken?
Hello. Ooh, I'm going to... I'm going to have to open my character instead of using the bar at the top because it's really confusing me. Okay. I'm going to use a potion of healing as well.
Oh, just be half dead like the rest of us. It's not difficult. All
Do
these
you mean someone
potions.
has a potion?
No, you drink up.
How do I target myself again?
Same way you target anything.
Double click it.
Poorly. You should be able to literally put your mouse over your token and press T.
Why don't do that to target other people?
I only learnt that very recently. Turns out that's been a feature apparently for almost
That has
9
been
months. Yeah.
Yeah, a core Foundry feature for a while.
Yep. I discovered it when I started using Pathfinder. I was like, that's such a handy feature. It turns out it's not a Pathfinder thing, it's just a Foundry thing. Yeah, cool. You heal yourself up, Lee. Okay, anything else?
Yeah. No, thank you.
Carl?
Well, there is only one thing really to do.
Are you going to go over and smack him after I've just told him to come over to us?
Yep.
Fuck's sake, Carl. Don't make me use my 6 on
An
you.
agent of chaos.
Targeted him, and then... Oh, God, it's too hard. The menu at the top confuses me. Hit him with the sword.
See, I find that quite handy, but you can turn it off if people are finding it annoying.
It doesn't... Yeah, it's not in the way. I just went to try and hit him, and I couldn't work out what button to press. And then I will hit him again. Maybe not. And then I will just stare at him. I'm not even gonna talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elwyn? As you pop back out round, you find a very different scene than what you just saw.
Do I just see Carl and the thing fighting?
Yeah.
Me? Well, because I can't see anyone else, right?
Not from where you are, no.
Oh, that's meant to be sharpshooter before it finishes.
That's cool.
A miss anyway, but...
Yeah.
It's quite nice not to get hit by him.
I'll move back.
Warforged?
I am Warforged, I am.
Indeed.
So Carl's going to kill, or not kill, attack this other one, right?
Certainly seems to tempt it, yeah. Wenda, Eleanor and Z all just kind of basically told that last one to pack their shit in, I guess.
So, do you want them to come over to us, or do you want to kill them, or do we want to knock them out, or...
Any of those would be fine.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, you hit 9 Warforged. Anything else for you?
No.
Okay. On this guy's turn, I'm going to get Wenda, Eleanor and Z to each make a persuasion check for me, whilst Carl and Warforged make an intimidation check.
Do that.
Z, some dice are going to be rolled.
Oh, they roll a 6.
I assume they might.
Because, fuck it, why not? Might as well use it. I mean, yeah, I'm assuming I can portent that. It's close enough, right?
Yeah, you're fine. Which makes it pretty bad, especially considering Warforged is being extremely intimidating, it seems.
He's a scary boy.
He scares me.
That's just Cormac.
Also, Cormac's third nat 20 this evening.
Wow.
Shifting the stats, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, and this one in front of the two of you, a bit like the other one, drops his crossbow down, and drops down to his knees, prone. I suppose. How do you guys want to react to this as a party?
I'd quite to hit him again.
Oh, leave him alone, Carl. Grab him, bring him over here.
Manacle him.
Just grab him, bring him over here. He's done the smart thing. That should be rewarded.
Just give him a little kick on the way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to hit him once.
Yeah?
Yeah. Longsword or... No, I will put the sword down, so I am unarmed,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will hit him. He's already targeted. The first match will be chosen. Did it actually do anything then?
No.
Okay, let's try that again. Target. Oh, that's better.
Oh, he mends it too. 22.
Yeah, I definitely meant it.
6 damage on an unarmed attack is good.
Yeah. And then, then assuming he's not fighting back.
No, they puts up no fight.
Drag him by the scruff of the neck. Oh, he was using a bow, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll smash his bow as we.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. You have this. There's this. Yeah. No worries. There is one dead guard in the middle of this pile. The rest of them all around, all knocked unconscious, other than these two over here, who are both conscious but just prone, surrendered.
Why the fuck have they just attacked you, Wender? We've kind of jumped out here to defend you, like, as expected, but what the fuck?
Wender sort of sheaves her longsword, and she's quite heavily damaged. You can see she's sort of holding her side. You can see her nose is bloodied. There's like some sort of blood dripping down and almost sort of just dripping into her mouth as she speaks. And she just says, "I recognise them. They do the night shift. These are Milson's boys."
They're Milson's fellas, aren't they? Yeah.
Gonna roughly search the two that are conscious.
Yeah.
Basically, any weapons, etc., just take them off them and fling them over to one side.
Yeah,
or
that's
any papers with orders on would be great.
Can I steal any arrows from their corpse? From the two crossbowmen?
Yeah, you can take some arrows, definitely. Yeah, you're. Yeah, they haven't got arrows. They've got crossbow bolts.
I'll leave them. They don't work properly.
That's fair. Yeah, Wender sort of steps over to the two that are still conscious, and she just sort of stands up ahead of them as they're both sort of knelt down on the ground, sort of surrendered, and she just says, "This is the end of your careers. You know that. You throw it away for what? Dumb loyalty?" And the two of them, they don't even look up. They're both just sort of heads down, looking down at the ground. There's no response at all. She steps forward, and the one that is looking worse, the one that took that arrow in the back from Elwyn, you see Wender just lifts her boot up, puts it to his shoulder, and kicks him back. So he's just laying face back, like on his back, looking up. And she just looks down at him. She goes, "Where's Milson?" And there's no response.
I mean, and I kind of look to the rest of the group as I'm saying this, but I look down at them. I suppose they could still have use, should they want to maybe get themselves out of this sticky situation they've put themselves in. If they were able to, testify in a court on what we're looking into, maybe that might help their case. We need more proof, right?
Wender, what did they say to you before the fighting started?
That one you killed. He told me that I was dabbling, stuck my nose in somewhere I shouldn't, and both drew their swords. I didn't give them time to speak anymore.
Yeah, it sounds rather familiar to our encounter, except we didn't draw swords, but...
Do I recognise any of these chaps from the previous encounter?
Yeah, good point.
Make a perception check for me.
Yeah. It was dark.
You have a look around. You're not certain. It was dark then. It's dark and bloodied and unconscious mostly now. One of them, you're not certain, but you feel like one of them may have been in that group which Elwyn sort of gave the drop to and lost in your previous encounter with Milson. You're not 100% sure, but seems to match your general memory.
Oh, it's Jeff.
Jeff's a kobold.
Oh, shit.
Didn't you Dave?
It's nah, Dave wasn't in the group that
No,
Elwyn
Dave,
lost. It must have been Steve.
Steve.
Or Brian.
Mm.
I'll say it again, sorry.
Well, looks like Milson's more worried than perhaps we thought.
If he's put them up to this, then he's shown his hand for sure.
It would be a terrible shame to, have this turn around and add a bunch of evidence to our case we were already building, wouldn't it?
So kneel down next to the bloodied one,
Mm-hmm.
and just grab his face and attempt to intimidate him. Who sent you here? Why are you here?
I'm not even gonna make a roll for that. You guys clearly have the upper hand in terms of intimidation at this point. He doesn't answer at first, and then you can see probably kind of somewhat concerned and disturbed by the fact you've already attacked him once post surrender. He probably buys that you're angry enough to follow through on any threats.
Is it possible to cause one hit point of damage to him?
Yeah, you can make a pretty well judged attack. Yeah,
I'll do that. I'll bash him into the ground. Just bang his head on the ground and ask him again.
Intending to do damage.
Yeah.
If it's lethal, I'm not going to give you the choice.
That's fine.
It's fine. You hit him for 1 damage. You sort of just smash his head down against the stone pavement. And as he does, he just sort of reaches back and he grabs at his head. And he says, "Fuck! We've stopped. It was you guys. You were trying to frame the boss."
So that you think then it's okay to attack another captain?
Also, he did it, mate.
He's an angry man, but he wouldn't kill no one, and this is just jealousy.
You're right, he wouldn't kill no one. He has killed somebody.
And he just kind of looks at you blankly. And he looks up at Wender. He says, "You'll go down for this."
I'll look up at Wender and just say, "So, Captain, what are we charging them with? Assault on a watch, Captain?"
Assault on a watch, Captain. Betray. So go on.
Chronic stupidity a crime?
If it was, then I'd say this lot were as guilty. They've fallen for Milson's crap. As this is going on, there's some of the patrons in the tavern have sort of come out and made their way onto the street at this point, kind of curious, having seen that the sort of combat has died down. They've sort of began filtering out and taking in what's happened. And you can see there's quite a mix of confusion across the faces. They can see a bunch of guards unconscious on the street. One He's quite clearly dead. There's a large sword wound just across the back. And then, yeah, this one guard, still conscious, stood up, heavily injured. There seems to be quite a bit of confusion. You can hear this sort of talking and chattering sort of growing through amongst this sort of small crowd. Maybe sort of 15 to 17 people.
Oh, shit, this is going to make the papers tomorrow, isn't it?
During that whole thing,
I bloody hope so. We're going to write the story.
did it look like any way they might have set this up?
Like Wender could have set it up.
Yeah.
Nothing that you picked up on particularly, no. I love how suspicious you are.
Do you have a history? Because you seem to be so confident that it's not Milton.
No, it's more the fact that like these guys they turned up when they were meeting, we just literally turned up, meet us in a minute. Suddenly it's just leaving surrounded by guards. I mean, it just seemed a bit too convenient they turned up. Leaving.
We were probably just being followed.
It's not like you've got a massively extravagant and person that stands up like a store thumb or anything.
Yeah, Carl.
Yeah, Wender sort of turns to this crowd. She kind of gets not threatening as such, but a bit authoritative as she begins ordering people to sort of back off. This is guard. This is Watcher's business here, and she sort of just backs people off, pushes this sort of crowd back in towards the tavern. You see some of them sort of filter back in, but there's still people sort of peering out the window of the tavern. There's a few sort of hanging around the doorway, just sort of taking this all in. Wender turns back and sort of comes back over to your party. She says, we need to take these guys to the watch house and get them locked up.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Oi, you two. Pick up one of your mates each.
And yeah, they're not putting up much of a fight still at this point. They both get to their feet and pick up one of the unconscious bodies each and sort of lift them up over their shoulders.
I'm not built for lifting, so off you go, Carl.
Wender kind of interjects and she says, we should probably talk about this at some point, but Carl, you should probably carry the dead one.
Yeah.
And you can see there's a slight sort of tone of disappointment as she sort of asks that of you.
I can see that, and Carl is just not more angry than anything else.
You guys all accompanying back to the watch station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I stay 10 feet behind them to make sure that no one a guard has been hiding and sneaks off?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as you guys make the way back, yeah, make a perception check for me. Nice. Yeah, you sort of look in the surrounding area, keep slightly back from the rest of the group as you trudge back to the watch house. It's not far from where you are anyway. But you keep an eye out. You don't see anyone looks to be watching you particularly. Anyone that seems to be lurking, waiting, anything like that. Yeah, you guys arrive back at this watch house.
On the way back, can I ask Wender what the plan is for apprehending Milton himself?
Yeah, she seems a little unsure. She tells you there's two ways this plays out now. Either he might know what's happened, and if he does, then maybe he's fled, or he at least knows we're going to be coming. Alternatively, he sent these goons and they were too pathetic, too incapable to do what he asked of them. In which case, he might not even know that we're looking for him. Yeah, so give me 1 second.
Oh, why are you sending me stuff?
You don't look well.
What? I'm fine. I literally got hit. I don't want your potion. I got potions.
Just next time, don't get close up.
Well, you should have. I mean, you probably did see me, but I was slashing, and I even caught a couple of people with the blade a couple of times. So you'd be proud of me. Well, I'm not sure I'm going to be rushing to do that again.
It doesn't suit. The blood doesn't suit you.
Look, you know for a fact my talents are somewhat limited here.
That's no reason to throw yourself into
Why not?
danger.
Another body for them to hit, isn't it?
As you sorry, go on.
That's right.
Just don't die.
I'm not planning on it. Too pretty for that.
As you arrive back at the watch house, there's one guard inside as you arrive. Wenda, he immediately looks up. You can see there's a bit of confusion in his sort of face as he sees this sort of group of unconscious and one heavily wounded, quite clearly dead, other guards being carried in. Wenda is really quickly sort of just dismissive, just says, outside, take watch. If you see anybody, guard or otherwise, approaching the building, come and let me know. And he quickly picks up a longsword and just heads outside, and see him stood outside the door. Wenda sort of directs you over. You take all these unconscious guards over there, and sort of place them in a cell which she locks up. There's two of them still conscious. The rest are still knocked out. They haven't sort of come round. Wenda turns and starts speaking to the party. She says, "We need to move on Milson quick. Even if he doesn't know, this word will spread quick. But we I can't even believe I'm having to do this. We need to agree on what happened to that one." And she points at the dead guard.
He got into a fight.
I didn't see anything.
And fell on his sword.
He fell on my sword. If you attack people in the street, it's a risk you take.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the watch aren't supposed to stab people. They're just supposed to kind of knock unconscious or arrest, right? This is the issue.
I'm not disagreeing with you for a moment, but this when we were speaking half an hour ago, you said yourselves that what the threats or the accusations you had against Milson were big. If this doesn't play out the way you want it to, they'll hang up. You'll all hang.
We got a backup plan for that.
She just sort of looks at you expectantly.
Wait, should we let Wenda in on the backup plan so she can flee with us or not?
Could do. I forgot about the backup plan. If this doesn't go the way we want it tonight, don't worry about us. What are you going to do?
I'll carry on doing what I'm best at, I guess. Cleaning up your mess.
Well, let's see how messy we can make it.
Blame it on the drow, I'll do something dramatic and then I'll vanish or whatever, and that's fine, done. Then blame it on me and nobody will know.
This guy, looking over at the dead body, if he's the only person that dies tonight, it will be a miracle.
Wenda kind of seems a little taken aback. She doesn't really know what to say. She turns to the party and she says to you, "Okay, he was killed because he attacked you. That's fine, but I hope this goes the way you think it's going to, Carl.
Me too.
She looks over at the two that are still conscious, and she kind of calls out slightly challengingly to them. They say, "What do you remember happening?" And you see their eyes sort of shift a little. They look at each other. The one that Carl sort of heavily bloodied and bashed against the ground, he speaks up first, and he sort of looks up, never making eye contact with any of you, so almost still just keeping his eyes slightly lowered, and just says, we were sent to watch what was going on, but that one, he sort of nods at the dead guard. He overstepped the mark. You did what you had to.
Correct answer.
And there's just no response. He just looks down at the ground. When Wenda turns to you and she says, "Okay, looks like Carl's earned some silence. Now what?"
Has Wender ever seen Assault on Precinct 13?
She turns to you, your group. She says, "We've got an hour before Milson clocks in."
Nap time.
Oh, golly.
I'm
When you-
trying to take a nap.
When you say an hour, is that a short rest and then we've got time? Or is it a short... Do we get the choice of either a short rest or we go and accost Milton?
She tells you his watch starts at 10 p.m.
It's 9:15.
If you want the walk to his station house is, she tells you probably about 25 minutes from here.
I mean, I don't need a short rest. I probably can just chug a potion and be fine. But I also can't really use any of my stuff when we go and fight this guy anyway. So...
Out of character, does Hexblade's Curse come back when you do a short rest, or do you have to do a
Yes.
long rest?
Yeah, it's short rest.
Right.
Everything for you is short rest.
So either we're arresting him when he leaves his house, somewhere, assuming he leaves his house shortly.
Yeah.
If he
That's
doesn't know
very
what's going
public.
on, well, yeah, but you know, or we wait for him to get to the watch house
Where he's got backup.
where he's got backup. So I'm in favour of accosting him now.
Yeah.
Wenda looks
Eleanor?
Wenda looks at Leokin.
Yeah. We can go get a guy now.
Okay.
Out calendar.
Got a rage left.
Okay, let's do this. Let's bring this fucker down.
Can I just, like, sidle up next to Carl for a second? Just try and have a very whispered conversation in his ear without anyone else hearing. On, like, a scale of, like, 1 to 10,
Mm-hmm.
how absolutely against the old is Wenda? In your opinion, with 1 being bad.
Six.
That's not good still. Okay.
She's a captain of the watch.
Yeah, that's fine.
She's pragmatic.
Just I've got a way of providing us a decent amount of cover if we needed it, but oh well. We'll see if it gets to that. Hopefully it doesn't. Let's go. Let's get him. A chug a potion of healing.
Yeah, everyone wants to do anything before they go. Now is the time, I guess.
I will pick up
You need
my
to.
sword
You need to chug a potion of healing, Carl.
and the shield.
I just rolled literally the worst possible on a potion of healing. Brilliant.
Well, I don't know if I have a potion of healing. No, I don't. Okay.
Are you injured?
Yeah.
How injured? You're quite injured, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
24 out of 45.
Can I just say to Wenda that Warforged just needs a recalibration on the expert, and I'm going to take him around the corner.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Can I
Oh, that's a good point.
does Leo Warforged go with me? Yeah.
Yeah, he comes with it. He doesn't know, so.
In the police station, because I'm very bold, I will cast level 2 cure wounds on him.
Oh.
In the back room that's all shut and no one can see me.
Nice.
Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
I can't talk. I can target. Where is it? Warforged? We're in this map with him.
Right next to you, I'll put him.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know he was still in the map. I was
That's
looking
cool.
at my.
It's all good. Nice.
You
Oh,
all good now
thanks.
with Warforged?
Yeah. Quite a lot better.
Quite a lot better.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
Hey,
when-
kid.
so-
Before we go, any prayers that you want to do?
Nah.
Fair.
yeah.
Everyone got the weapons they want?
I think I have everything I would need.
Yeah. I'm all good.
Yeah, I mean,
See.
I guess.
You use a crossbow.
They're really not sure.
Oh, that's because I'm muted.
Hmm.
You guys aren't just ignoring me. That's fine. I can use a light crossbow.
Get him a light cross. Can we get a light crossbow from the Watch Armory?
Yeah. When there's a dig around, yeah, they've got one.
I've got some bolts. I think, and some bolts would be nice. Oh, actually, don't even need that. Here you go. I forgot I've got one.
Oh, thanks. Love it. I equip it.
Just if you're going to insist on fighting people, the further you are away from them, probably the better.
Well, I'm thinking, yeah, this may be the way to go for me, is long-range projectiles like this.
Stick with Elwyn.
No, I don't think I can go that far back. I'd just miss. We'll see.
We will see indeed.
Okay.
Let's go get this guy.
Cool. Where you heading? You want to head to his home? Was it?
Head to his house. I know where it is. I can take him.
Yeah. Not a long walk. Takes about 10 minutes. You
You
can.
not at work now? What time do you start work?
10.
In an hour, in 58 minutes. He's going to head off for a drink shortly, I would think.
It's yeah, just after 9 p.m. You arrive that same quite sort of upper middle class street where you'd encountered Milson yesterday, is he? Or at least saw him rather than encounter. You can see the lights of the house. It's sort of lit up in the dark of the street. What do you guys want to do? You.
Ideally, we want to ambush him, or do we knock on the door?
I mean, should we just knock and ask for him and see if he'll go peacefully?
Yes, I think so. What do the rest of you think? Owen? Leakin?
Alan's just happy to go over. He's probably just sitting back a bit further. Just mainly trying to keep an eye on everything.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Just follow along.
No, yeah.
Hi, Happy, I'm Jake.
Yes. It's not often you catch the master.
So, I think we just go in and see him.
I think you and Wenda go knock on his door. You're the two watch members, you're the official people. So,
Where is? Has Wenda come? Has Wenda come with us?
Yeah.
And 2. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We can do that. I think. Eleanor, can you what? Has this house got a back as well? Like, I mean, must have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good at the back alley.
Yeah. Do you want to take anyone with you, or are you?
Someone wants to come, someone can come. I'm happy to just, I'm pretty good at lurking around in alleyways. That's where I get most of the information from.
Is there any like high rooftops or anywhere like I can go that's got like a sneaky good vantage point I can see?
It's part of a row of like terraced like townhouses. So there's nothing like that sort of stands over the building itself. That'd be pretty easy. These are sort of like three-story townhouses. Like climbing up them probably pretty hard to do, or at least hard to do in a kind of sort of subtle fashion.
Let's go knock on the door.
Wenda and Carl, yeah.
yeah, I mean, we're not far away at all. Like, literally the other side of the road, maybe.
Eleanor's gone to watch the rear exit, yeah?
Yeah.
I would like
Last-
Leakin and Warforged within a dash of us.
Before I do go, I just want to double check with people like, what's the go signal if I need to come in the back to help out?
Ah!
Any
You're
sort of
here.
noise of combat or like?
Yeah, if you hear shit going down, get involved.
Right. Yeah, all good.
Right, last time I stood back and made sure no one fighted, they died. So
Crossing over campaigns there, it's fine.
Nothing to worry about.
Chance of that happening again, surely small.
Well, it's different DMs, so it's fine, I'm sure.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, Wenda and Carl start sort of walk up to the building. Wenda just as you guys are walking up, just sort of speaks under her breath, and she just sort of speaks to you, Carl, and says, "Have you got control?"
Yeah, probably. Or no?
One guard turns up dead. We can explain that away, but
If I'm in control. But if someone threatens one of mine, then stopping them is the most important thing.
don't fuck this up, Carl.
Oh, I think it may be way too late for that.
Yeah, the
Crack
two
my
of
neck.
you sort of step up the steps to this door. And Wenda sort of stops and sort of puts her hand forward. And she says, "After you, Captain."
I'll draw my longsword, reverse it. 3 strong smacks on the door,
Yeah.
and then I'll try and open it.
Yeah. Try and open the door. The door's locked. But you can hear movement behind it. And as you sort of try to open it, you can hear this male voice call out, "The hell's this? What's this?" And then you can hear some movement, and the door opens, and Milson is stood. He's wearing his uniform. He's got his sort of gear on. He sort of opens the door, and as soon as he sees you, he sort of opens it. He can see you on the other side, Carl. You see him swing forward and go to sort of push the door closed again. Do you want to make a strength check for me, quick?
I want to make a strength check. That's that one. Ability check.
Nice. Yeah, you're pretty pumped right now. Yeah. He immediately, you see him sort of go with his shoulder to sort of close the door, but you just sort of power through, push back, and the door sort of swings open quite. He sort of doesn't quite fall down onto his sort of back, but you see he sort of stumbles back a bit as you just sort of barge your way, force the door open.
Gonna move in.
Mm-hmm.
And first thing, before looking at him, I look either side of the doorway. Any people?
You don't see one immediately, and just as this is sort of going on, you see this female, sort of late 40s, step out of room at the sort of back of this entrance corridor, and she immediately she calls out. She says, "Milson, what's going on? Who are these people?" When Wenda calls out immediately, she says, "Stay back there, please, ma'am. We'll handle this. This is watch business." Milson looks up and he goes, "Dusklight, I should have known you'd ally yourselves with this scum."
Captain Meadowthorn, tonight somebody tried to attack a captain of the watch. We think you can help explain that. Would you be so kind as to accompany us to the watch house?
You've just forced your way into my home. That's an attack on a captain of the watch.
The door was open. You tripped.
You see, he stands up and you can see almost instinctively, he sort of reaches down almost to sort of reach for a weapon, but he doesn't have anything on him. And when Wenda puts her hand to the hilt of her sword, and she just says, "There's no point, Milson. You're outnumbered, and we've got all the evidence we need." And
You say so.
And he stops and he just laughs. He goes, "Evidence for what? This will be the end of your career, Dusklight, and this mess you've associated yourself with, you'll all go."
It's time to clean up.
She steps forward again and just draws the top of the longsword out of a sheath and just says, "Let's not make this ugly in front of your wife, Milson. I think you should come with us." And you see, Milson turns back for a second and looks at his wife at the back of the corridor, and he just says, "Don't worry, we'll get all this sorted out. I'll be back in the morning after work." And you can see there's clearly some kind of doubt, confusion, fear in her face. Milson just sort of stands up straight, shoulders back.
I'm gonna take manacles from wherever I've got them, hanging off my belt, and just move towards him.
Oh, piss off!
Do you want to resist arrest?
And he just laughs, just puts his hands out, allows you to manacle him.
As I manacle him, I'm going to completely blank on the name. What is
Nate.
Nate? What's his surname?
Corny.
Corny.
I believe so. I've remembered that right, haven't I?
You have.
Wilson Meadowthorn, I am arresting you on suspicion of the murder of Nate Corney. And does she react at all?
Good question. Make a perception check for me, Carl.
That's a smart move.
Oh, that didn't work. What happened there?
Yeah. Oh, he's going again.
Oh, yeah. It looked like it had done anything the first time. The first one was better.
There's like a flood of emotions across her face. You can see there's this kind of like confusion, fear. She's really not sure what's going on right now. But yeah, as you sort of make this statement, there's almost the cheeks go flush for a moment. There's a clear kind of reaction. Bit hard to read what it is, but yeah, this clearly triggers something. And Milson doesn't even look you in the eyes, Carl. He just ignores you entirely and just turns to Wenda and says, "Shall we?" She leads him out of the house, and unless you guys want to interject, back to the watch house, I assume.
That where we were. Where we were planning on taking him.
Yeah, I think so. Back
Where
to her
the
watch
where
house.
the dead body of the guard is.
Oh, yeah, it's her watch house. So yeah.
Okay. I don't know what the proceedings are for arresting and trying someone in this city. So
I think we need to call the Special Investigation Bureau or something like that.
that's us.
Oh yeah, I think you could be right.
We're the specials.
As we come out, I guess shout for Eleanor.
Yeah.
And then once she's in range, Eleanor, do you think it's worth talking to Milton's wife?
Milton's there, right?
Yeah.
He's being led off. Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of refer to him and guess I say it depends on what how much of it he let her in on. See if I get a reaction from him.
And he kind of keeps this blank expression at this point. He's clearly not happy, but clearly trying to put on some kind of, almost like he's trying to own the situation himself. He's clearly trying to act like he's humouring this whole situation, but he's not giving much away to you at all.
You know, maybe it helps confirm the affair.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go downstairs 1 second.
That's cool. As you were all discussing this, Wenda stops for a moment and she says, "The watch house might not be the best idea.
That's better.
If you're sure of this already, we're sure of this. We should take him straight to Sundergrash."
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Let's
sense
do
to
it.
me.
Well, I'm thinking Eleanor was planning. Was that? Do you say Eleanor? I know Charles just this. Eleanor was going to speak to the wife.
Well,
I think if anyone's going to stay behind and speak to wife, it should be Eleanor, right? Having
Okay.
known Nate and also not being a weirdo. She's the least a weirdo out of all of us.
Should we? Another option, or the same thing, is to get some guards that Wenda trusts to search his house.
Yeah, that'll all come on later on in the trial. These trials take weeks, right? It's fine. We've got tons of time to collect any missing evidence.
Thinking there might be some.
I think we just go in with what we've got.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think we can do anything else.
Milson's wife comes to the door at this point, is watching. You're already sort of starting to walk down the street, but you can see her stood at the doorway, watching, trying to see what's happening.
I mean, I'm happy to go talk to her, but no promises she'll like me.
I don't think you should. I think if anyone's going to, I think it should be Eleanor.
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, she might love elves, but
Yeah.
we've made
Eleanor.
the decision that Eleanor should go speak to Milton's wife.
Sure.
Because you weren't here to disagree with us.
No, I'm good with that.
As you approach, as you start, you step up the stairs. The sort of house, the door of this townhouse. She still seems kind of confused, overwhelmed by things. She stops. She says, "Please, what's going on?"
Can I come inside, love?
What was that, Charlie?
Sorry, oh, you don't hear me. Sorry.
Oh no, I didn't.
I said, "Can I come inside, love?"
Oh, yeah, of course, yes, please.
So I'm going to go inside, into her kitchen and start making her a cup of tea, or the Australian equivalent. And saying, "Look, I know about you and Nate.
Facial reaction kind of gives away immediately. There is some recognition of what you're saying, yeah.
And you know that Nate died recently.
Milson's he's an angry man, but I don't think he wasn't even aware.
I'm afraid the evidence points to that not being the case."
What will they do to him? They'll kill him, won't they?
How many sugars do you take, love?
Just one.
I put 2 in.
Yeah.
Drink this. It's best not to think about it.
She starts drinking and she stops. She says, You're not in uniform."
Oh, I'm not a guard, love.
"So what is this?"
I was a colleague and a friend of Nate's, and us journalists, we like to investigate things sometimes, and our evidence pointed to your husband, and eventually we got enough to find some other guards. Some of the people you saw were guards, to arrest them, but we have the evidence, so I suppose we just worked with them to go through this process.
"I recognise you now."
Oh, where from?
Nate told me he told me things about his friends, his colleagues, his members of Elf.
Oh,
The eye patch. You're Eleanor, aren't you?
yeah.
Was it one of yours?
What do you mean?
I know some of you didn't like the way that Nate wanted to do things publicly.
Look, I'm sorry that it has to be this way, but all of the evidence that we've gathered so far, we went into this open mind. It all points back to Milson. I'm sorry that he did this. I know it's hard. Come on, drink up. Have a biscuit. But the evidence doesn't lie.
She yeah.
Why he did it? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't because of you and Nate. Maybe it was because he was being paid off by somebody else. We don't know why.
She sort of falls silent, unsure of how to take this all in. And she just sort of looks up at you, and she's just this is all my fault in a way, isn't it? They'll both die because of me.
I mean,
No,
she's not wrong.
no, she is wrong. Unfortunately, Milson and Nate both died because of Milson's anger more than you.
In Griffinsteel City, it always comes down to the dames.
She stops and she just asks you. She says, will they let me talk to him before they hang him? Because that's how this ends, right?
I'm not God. I don't know. Look, if you want to find out some more information, I'm not the right person for that. Wenda Dusklight, she was I guess you could say the liaison with the guard. She's a captain. Don't know what precinct or what station or whatever she's a captain.
Yeah, you could tell her where the watch house is. Yeah.
Yeah, whichever one. Yeah. Go and speak to her. I'm sure she will. I don't know what they can do. I'm sorry.
I think I'd like it if you left now.
It's not your fault. I'll just leave.
Okay. Yeah, as you walk up the street, you can see she stands at the doorway. She sort of watches as you walk up the street. Clearly quite affected, confused, overwhelmed by whatever's just happened in the last sort of 20 minutes in the home. Yeah, you can catch up with the rest of the group as they're making their way to the council chambers. Yeah, you all make your way over with Wenda over to.
I'm blind.
Oh yeah, token vision's a thing, isn't it?
It's not nice when it happens, is it?
Whatever. Yeah, you all make your way over along with Milson to the council chambers. When you arrive, Vizira is there. It's quite late, but she still seems to be there working. She immediately, Wenda sort of leads Milson in and sort of announces, says, "I'm sorry, Mayor. I've got a criminal here, but he's one of our own." And Visera looks up, and she sees Milson, immediately sees Wenda and then your party around him. And she shakes her head and stops for a moment. And she just says, I knew this would escalate. I knew it. Well, I suppose I know what you're going to tell me already. Milson? Are you really going to make me hang a captain? And he looks at her. Initially, there's no response for him. And then he just sort of looks side to side at your party, sort of stood around him. And he looks straight back at Visera and just says, I can't believe you're even entertaining this. I didn't think you were this stupid. And this clearly like touches something inside of Visera. This clearly angers her in some way. And she slams down this pen she had in her hand that she was writing with as you walked in. She slams it down on this desk in the middle of this council chamber. And she gets to her feet and she comes and stands in front of Milson and she says, "Do not accuse me of stupidity. I've done much to protect you because I thought you were one of the better ones. You were decent to me when I was a nothing merchant coming into this city." And she turns to Wenda and she says, "Captain, what is your evidence? How sure are you?" Wenda doesn't skip a beat. She doesn't stop to turn to the party at all. She says, "We're certain it looks like he even killed one of his own to cover this secret." And Visera looks Milson in the eyes and she says, "To kill a citizen is unforgivable. To kill one of the guards for whom you were responsible for overseeing and for protecting yourself, to cover up for your own anger and stupidity, I won't allow that in my city, whoever you are." Captain Dusklight, see that he is held overnight, and tomorrow, it pains me to say it, Milson, but you'll hang for your crimes, and rightfully so. And Milson doesn't budge. He looks at Visera and he holds this eye contact with her, and still there's not really a reaction of anger. There's not a reaction of shock or disbelief. He just holds this eye contact with her, and there's a silence across the room. And then he just snorts his nose, clears his throat. "You're as dumb as I thought you were the day I met you." And Visera raises her right hand and she slaps him across the face. She says, "You've brought this city, this guard, our establishment into disrepute. Shame on you." And she turns to Wenda. She says, "Take him away. See that the family of the guard he killed are informed of what happened." Wenda turns to you, Carl, and she just nods. And she leads Milson out of the room.
Are we just all kind of stood there awkwardly in this room now? There's
Yeah.
silence.
Should we tell his wife that he's going to be executed tomorrow? And
Is this something you're asking in character? Or?
yes, like
Visera looks up at you and she says, "We will tell his wife. There will be no secrets made of this. if the people of this city are to learn to trust us or to trust the Watch, we have to own the actions of the Watch. And unfortunately, this will not help, especially at a time when there is strife throughout the city and doubt in those that wield power.
And I, like, whilst she's talking and whilst this whole kind of situation's going on, can I just try to really focus on like her and her facial expressions and how she's kind of being? See if I can pick up any kind of like, either if there's anything she seems to be lying about, or any like secretly like being relieved, or
God damn it,
anything
see?
like that in there.
Are you trying to gain some
ask the same
insight?
thing. I was literally about to ask the same thing, especially when he calls her stupid, etc. But he got there first.
I'll get the whole party to make an insight check. Everyone can make an insight check of this situation as it's going down.
One person's been saying it the whole time.
Well, me and Phil, I don't know. I don't think Sam can actually see mine and Phil's whispers. Can you?
I can't.
No, they're secret, right? Yeah.
I'm
Can I
polite
roll
and don't do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm too blinded by my alpha allegiance.
I'm not.
Sam.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Shane, you've been saying this whole time. You've also been saying that I did it and that loads of other random stuff. So
To be clear,
Joke.
To be clear,
Yeah,
Charlie,
from the start.
we have not yet proved that you didn't do it. So, you know,
it's tiresome.
It's all part of a large elf conspiracy.
clearly.
As a party, it's so that entire situation was pretty intense, pretty emotionally charged. Relief, no. There's definitely a flash of anger, particularly as he dared to call her sort of stupid or question her intelligence twice during that conversation. There's definitely a look of anger, maybe disappointment. But I would. You got pretty good rolls. I would say in general, she seems pretty legitimate about her feelings towards this. Like, certainly.
Sorry, Karen.
I mean, relief, I think, was one of the things you asked about. That certainly doesn't seem to be an emotion you would read into her current facial expressions.
She's not like stood there and signalling like, "Oh, great, it's all gone to plan," you know, kind of thing.
There's certainly no obvious giveaway of that. No.
Yeah. Cool. How does this work? Do we need to like make note of things? Carl, you're a watch person. Do we need to like make note of?
I imagine
evidence,
we would
or
need to make a report, a statement, something like that.
or is he
Um,
he's hanging done?
See it like as well. And I'll see if Wender's name it was on the elf list.
It was not. Vizira, she speaks up again. She says, it's not. I'm already concerned about the mistrust that this will sow around the city, but it would be disrespectful of me, I suppose, to not ask this question. Milson's temper. I could see how temper, pride and ego, if the things you have said about Nate and Milson's wife are true, I could see how that could get the better of him. But to kill one of his own, to cover his own actions, that doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't sit right.
I'm keeping my fucking mouth shut.
She just looks each of you in the eye, waiting for any kind of response.
When she looks at me, I'll respond. It doesn't sit right with me either. If you meant what you said about truth and about protecting the people of the city, you can't do that with a half-truth. Milson
Sorry.
didn't kill didn't kill any guards that we know of. One died. Milson sent a gang to attack Wender tonight. We stopped it, and one of them died during the fight.
And so Captain Dusklight thinks, I can understand that she was in a difficult situation, but lying, framing another captain for her own actions.
Not for her own act. She didn't kill the guard. He was killed in a fair fight, but he was killed by me. I don't know what Wender's thinking, but I'm not going to let her start this off on a with another lie.
She sort of stands silently. She looks up at the ceiling. She sits down on one of the chairs around this table. What would you... A whole city's problems lay on your shoulders every day. You do your best to see that those unable to look after themselves are seen to. You try to make sure the watch is clean. You try to suppress news from abroad of turmoil. And then somebody brings this to you. What would you do? Well, you, Warforged, what would you do? What would you see done with this murderer?
I mean, like,
What's the right thing to do?
so maybe before he's executed, maybe let him and his wife like have a little talk, and then like, I guess like execute him because he
And what of
he murdered.
what of your friend, the murderer?
Wait, what?
Your friend here.
Which one of my friends?
Carl.
The one that's just said they killed a guard. If one murderer hangs tomorrow, it should be two. Right?
But
Imagine the pressure as a player when you know that Cormac's the one that's got to argue your way out of a death sentence.
he was trying. He was saying like, don't attack us, but he kept on attacking us, and like,
So your friend had no choice?
yeah, I guess like he didn't sort of know, he wasn't meaning to, like he was doing more of like a self-defense sort of way.
And you, Drow, you're
Hi.
a stranger to our city. You would
Yeah, something like that.
You would see a murderer. You would see them go free.
Well, the way I see it, the way, and forgive me if this is not quite the way, but the way I see it, murder and someone dying, not the same thing. My friend Mr. Garvin here did not go out of his way.
Whoa, what's going on?
Who are you punching?
Oh, did I punch someone?
You just punched me.
I was.
Oh yeah, and I'm straight. No, I didn't mean to. What I just did was remove a manacle.
I was about to ask whether you were punching Z or Vizira, but that's fine.
Run
Then.
off.
No.
it was not my friend Mr. Garbin's intention to kill a man. Mr. Garbin was defending someone who had been unreasonably attacked by armed individuals and did what they considered to be the right course of action. I don't think that should be punished. I think that's admirable.
You've stayed pretty quiet, Eleanor. You as much as anybody have reasons to distrust the Watch and you seek justice for those that are unfairly treated.
Yeah. Yeah. But forgive me, I am a foreigner in this land, and I struggle with such harsh policies.
You do not think it's right that if a life is taken, another should be taken in return?
What does the wolf do about this, Sam?
They have a far more rehabilitative system.
Yeah.
Am I right in thinking, like jails aren't even really a thing in
Jails are
Guernsey,
not
right?
like short-term temporary jails
Yeah.
whilst waiting whatever.
To be either
Yes.
executed or maimed, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand. Again, not from around here. So, the whole process, like, with this man, and I'm not gesturing to Carl at this point, killed a good friend. But I don't think the correct response is for him to die for it. What punishment is that?
What about you, Elf? I saw you all turned up at my house. You'll forgive me for looking into who each of you were, your backgrounds. If you'll forgive my you'll forgive me for cutting to the point, but you lost 2 parents brutally on the street.
Yeah.
What would you have seen done to whoever did that to them?
I'll kill them.
And what about this guard tonight? What would his children want to see happen to your friend?
Dead.
There you have it.
But that's not what I wouldn't want to see.
And so what do you want to see?
What do I want to see? For my friend to be alive.
When do we stop the killing? Who's gonna hang him? Like who's gonna stand there and be the person to make a murderer hang?
The identity is not something we share for reasons
Okay, but
I think what my
whoever does that, they've just killed someone, so then
Yeah.
they need to hang.
There's a famous Dwarfian saying, which is that an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind.
Blind.
Actually, it's not Dwarfian, it's all I made it myself. Eleanor. And how Eleanorian saying.
No, I think I've read that in a book somewhere.
in Corin's book.
No.
But I must, I'm still acclimatise myself to the customs of Austria.
Eleanor, if you...
Now, I understand you as the mayor may also have to do things you don't necessarily want to do because it's what the people want.
Like I say, I looked up the background of each of you. I wouldn't have expected you to be spending time, Eleanor, with an ex-member of the Watch. Practically dismissed would be a fair way to put it.
Carl and I have had our run-ins in the past.
and now you advocate for his freedom.
Oh, screw him over.
Well,
What about? Sorry, go on.
when I first met Carl, I was not particularly enthused about working with him, should be clear. But I didn't have much choice, need to make ends meet. I have responsibilities, and I had to, unfortunately, how sometimes people in our position are mistreated by those who don't want to see Alvin folk treated fairly. I didn't have a choice, and I wasn't very happy about working with Carl. I'm gonna be honest. But over the last, I don't know how many months we've spent together, I would say that Carl and I have had an understanding, and I believe that Carl, and maybe he can disagree or agree, has maybe grown and is more willing and open with the world. I think he was battling some demons, which maybe he's overcoming with the help of our group, especially probably Z.
What do you know about his demons? About the things this friend of yours has done? The things he did whilst a member of this city's watch?
Well, I know a few of those things. I was there for a few of them.
And you know of the price he's paid for his arrogance in the past?
No. I haven't gone in. Carl and I are friends, maybe, acquaintances, colleagues, certainly. Well, mates, maybe. Friends, no, not yet. And so I'm not privy to his past in detail, only the things that I was there for.
Would you... She looks over at Elwyn. You're, if you don't mind me saying, you're of, and you're an elder in this room? Would that be fair to say?
That is correct.
You've, I would assume, been around long enough to see what war and killing does?
Yes.
And yet you still, as an elf, choose to travel with this man?
I believe every person has the right to redemption. And in my opinion, that even means the captain who possibly killed Nate. I believe that should all be looked at and given the right sentences. I believe it should be all be done fairly.
It's only right that we will have to tell the family of the guard that was murdered what happened to him, and we will have to give them an explanation. What?
I would like to be clear that I think murdering is a little bit unfair.
Yeah.
Murdering implies mens rea, and I think Carl was arguably lacking in that. Manslaughter due to combat defense, perhaps. Murder, it implies a little bit more forethought. Maybe Carl disagree. Maybe Carl said that he intended to kill him.
And this guard, you think he would have done the same to you,
Oh,
Mr. Garbin?
Out of character question, who did the first hit in the combat?
Them.
Definitely them on Wender.
I don't think it was them.
Eleanor wiggled a sword
think-
at the back of
yeah,
one of
I
them.
think Eleanor
Didn't
did
do
the
any
first
damage.
initiation.
Yeah,
They dealt
started
damage
hitting.
first, yeah.
Yeah.
they hit me first, and also hitting Wender first as well. But I didn't hit first.
So, Garbin, what would you have me do? Are you redeemed? like the elf says you are?
Redeemed. No. I'm different, I think. The last couple of months have been eye-opening, I think.
You're welcome.
For a long time, the Griffinstill's a pretty dark place. And it's been, yeah, kind of insular here. Looking out, there's more of the world than just Griffinstill. There's more than maybe Austral. Maybe Austral needs to lift its head up a little bit and look out. Certainly, that's what I think I've done. I killed that guard today, but I don't think it was murder. It was a fight. He was fighting. I was fighting. And I did what I needed to do to stop him from harming the people that are doing the right thing.
I like to think one of the reasons I got into politics was to see things done differently, to not be another person making illicit deals to hide the truth, to make bargains to protect themselves. But maybe there is something this group could do for me, for the city, to redeem yourself of what has happened tonight. We have a problem. A severe problem. This guard is not the first guard to have died this week, sadly. How familiar are you with the archives of Thentos?
The big library.
Yeah, I've been known to visit.
The archives go down deep, very deep, and the lower levels are not open to members of the public. We store things which the Empire have decided should not be available to those who may misuse them or would not be properly trained in their use. But we have a problem. When our last group went down there to retrieve something from the storage, they did not return. Not all of them.
They didn't come back out the archive, or
some of them came back out. Some of them remain there. What I'm telling you, this is deeply secret. But perhaps you help me and I will see that what's happened tonight disappears.
Could you square it with Levi, possibly?
To report.
No, that we are on duties
That
more important than the record, and will not be reporting for work for some time.
that will not be a problem, I'm sure. The last group we sent down there to try and look for the initial members that went missing, they lasted minutes before fleeing.
What
Down
is it?
there.
Yeah.
They report that the lower levels are infested.
What are you searching for down there? What object are they trying to get?
I think we can agree that that's not relevant to the situation.
I'm assuming you want the object, right?
My primary concern right now would be to ensure this infestation does not spread.
Infestation
enough.
report.
Fair enough.
We're not certain, but those that came back, they reported tiny, small creatures on 4 legs, but their description was rather disturbing, alarming, revolting. They were speaking of brains on legs.
Interesting.
So, down at the basement of the archives, where Austral has been hiding its magic stuff, something's gone a bit wrong.
Does the term brains or legs mean anything to me or anybody else, I suppose?
You can all make for me a Arcana check.
That wasn't really good tonight.
I mean, you did get 3 crit hits, didn't you? I think. Oh, it was Warforged, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh no, you got 2 crit misses during combat. I take it back, Lucan. Eleanor and Z. Yeah, this just about stirs some memory from learning general sort of knowledge of reports of strange creatures, I guess. This description at least seems to match creatures known as intellect devourers.
Ah, shit. I thought it was going to be that.
Oh,
Okay, and what? Without me googling what Devourer is, can you give me more information? Because I don't like googling. It gives me the CR rating and stuff, and I don't.
They are known to be very vicious creatures. Their origins are unknown. They attack mentally. They can have long-lasting mental effects on those that encounter them.
Away at shit, don't they?
And there's a general belief that they are the minions of or precursors to something else. Unknown.
Something else.
Unknown to general Thentos knowledge.
Okay. I'm gonna guess it's probably what's it called?
What's it called?
Oh, what are they called?
Trask.
Yeah.
No. What are they called? The Ood. They're basically Ood.
Mind flayers.
Mind flayers. There you go. Those.
Well,
Okay. Look, I'm in, but I want to know what you're looking for down there because
We're going down the route. Might as
We
well
can bring
get
it
it right.
back.
She sort of goes silent. She's clearly pondering whether this information needs to be shared. And she gestures to all of you to take them. Maybe you should sit down.
I will sit down.
And as you all sort of take seats around the table, she looks at you and says, "This can never leave this room, but we need to find the staff of willing."
I was literally just writing a whisper to Phil saying, I've got a terrible feeling it's going to be the staff of willing. My
This
life.
exact thing as well.
Oh my god.
Hold on, wait. Is this something to do with that one shot that you guys did?
No.
Staff of
Because-
willing is what William Austral used to kill all the elves in Austral.
Oh. I thought it
That's
was going to be
it's
something
that
to do
that-
with that one shot that you
that-
guys did.
We all thought was lost, right? That was what we were told, isn't it? It was
Oh, I can't see
lost
my
or
character.
something.
That is the
Yeah, I can.
that is the official line. Yes, or
that it's
yes.
lost and yeah.
There are many theories floating around and rumors. But yes, officially it is its location is not public knowledge.
Yeah.
I guess we'll continue this conversation in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Wait, are we not playing next week?
We are not.
Well, I'm only on a white, so things are somewhat tricky.
Yeah.
I might be able to find some time and some quiet to do so, but it's
That's-
uncertain.
It's fine.
I thought it was in Jokresh.
That is one of the many rumors.
I have a lot of rumors that I've heard.
There are a lot of rumours about the potential location of the staff of Willing, yes. And there's probably a lot of people and factions and groups that would love to get their hands on it.
I knew it was going to be a staff of William because you said there was a cliffhanger, so I was waiting for the cliffhanger to be said.
Well, I'm thinking staff of willing is staff that you can basically do anything with, right?
That is the general understanding
The
of it,
general
yes.
idea of you will something to happen, it happens.
Yes.
All I know about staff of Willing is that it killed all the the elves. I didn't know how it works other than that.
Oh, can you imagine if I get my hands on that?
Get rid of Leo Kim would be your first thing, probably.
Oh,
No,
one of my
not
if one
at
of my if one of the people in my campaign got their hands on that, whatever, they would just kill off a
They would
whole
make a
race.
really, they would make a really OP knight character that has an armor of 5,000 gold.
I feel...
It's just a essentially a massively over the top wish spell, right? In a staff. Like you
Sounds-
just
sounds
ask
that
for
way.
something. Yeah.
So
Oh,
can't
so
that
cool.
can't that kill stuff, right? It can kill elves,
Oh.
and kills things.
Can kill
It's-
anything.
It's killed elves quite
Oh.
successly in the past, yeah.
Yeah, if
Quite
one
a
of
lot
my,
of
if one
them.
of the people in my campaign heard that they could do that, Logan, if they heard that they could do that, then they'll get very, very happy because they just go around saying that their character is racist to a race, and I'm like,
Lovely.
just
That
because
sounds
like
delightful.
past and stuff, and like they don't like high elves.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's a kind of magic artifact that lots of people could do horrific things with, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll
That's
find
why I wish
out.
for a really overpowered
I mean,
knight.
it's got one of the best like KD ratios ever. Like,
Yeah, it's solid. It's got a good record.
One death, right?
Right, that was awesome. That was
yeah, that
good.
was really really cool.
I'm gonna
I
go.
want to keep playing.
Yeah.
Hi, gonna go. I'm Jake.
Yes.
I'm gonna go.
Got it.
I also want to keep playing, but
he's got-
I cannot because I have.
Yeah, good luck tomorrow, dude.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
got
good
some-
luck tomorrow.
Yeah. Luckily, they managed to move it to after my job finishes, so I
Oh, nice.
did both. It's been absolutely mad. I thought this because I'm coming down on Saturday, right? Like I'm literally leaving